Good morning, Middle One. Today we're going to talk about conditionals. Examine the following sentence. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. As you can see that this long sentence consists of two separate clauses. The first clause, which contains F, is called the F clause or the conditional clause. And the second clause is called the result clause. So, there are two parts in the conditional sentence, the condition and the result. Pay attention, please, that the result always depends on the condition. In English, we have two kinds of conditionals. The first kind is called real conditionals, which talk about real possibilities. And the second type is called unreal conditionals, which talk about imaginary or impossible situations. However, we have four types of if sentences. 0 and first types are used for real conditionals, while second and third types are used for unreal conditionals. Today, we are going to talk about 0 and first conditionals. Examine those sentences, please. If someone heats water, it boils. If someone heats water, this is our condition. What happens? It boils. This is the result. So here, the result of boiling depends on the condition of heating. As you can see, here I am talking about a fact, a general fact, or a general truth. Something depends on something else. When we talk about facts, we always use 0 conditional. Let's examine the second sentence. If I miss the bus tonight, I'll take a taxi instead. If I miss the bus tonight, I'll take a taxi instead. Examine the sentence, please. The condition is missing the bus, and the result is taking the taxi in the future. I will take a taxi instead. So the difference between 0 conditional and first conditional is that the first conditional talks about future possibilities, but 0 conditional talks about present situations, present facts. The unreal conditionals, which are the second and the third conditional. Examine the following sentences, please. If I owned a car, I would drive to work. Again, this is a result which depends on something in the past. The third conditional. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the test. And actually, we use such a condition for feeling regret. I actually feel sorry for not studying hard and also for not passing the test. As we said, today we're going to talk about the 0 conditional. If you don't water flowers, they die. If you don't water flowers, they die. So, the result of dying depends on the condition of not watering the flowers. Because I'm talking about a fact, so I will use 0 conditional. The components or the form of if conditional 0 type is we use the present simple in the if clause and also the present simple in the main clause. As we said before, that we can use such a conditional to express facts. And also we can use such a conditional to give a piece of advice. Observe the following sentence. If you have a headache, stop watching TV. So here I'm giving you a piece of advice. Again, the form, the if clause, contains the present simple tense, and the main clause also should contain the present simple or the imperative tense. And as we said in the imperative tense, we start by the verb in the base form. In the 0 conditional, we express a general fact or a truth, or we can use it to give advice. Can we use when instead of if in 0 conditional? Yes, we can. And actually, grammatically, it is very correct. But the meaning is going to be a little bit different. The word if implies that the situation happens less frequently, and the word when implies that it happens more frequently. Let's show this. If I have a day off from work, I usually go to the park. So this sentence means that having a day off from work is not frequent. Let's move to the next sentence. When I go to my favorite restaurant, the waiters greet me by name. Actually, this sentence implies that I go to this restaurant frequently. And now, let's move to the second type of if conditionals, which is the first conditional. As we said before, the zero conditional talks about real present situations. But the first conditional talks about real future possibilities. Look at the following sentences. If the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. So here, the result of going for a walk depends on the weather. The next sentence, if you don't apologize, she will never trust you again. If you don't apologize, she will never trust you again. So the result is in the future aspect. So the form of if conditional in this type, the if clause or the condition clause should be in the present simple, but the result clause or the main clause should be in the future simple. So in the result clause, I have to use will plus the base form. I have to use will plus the base form. There's a question here. Can we use unless instead of if? Yes, we can. But pay attention that unless equals if not. So how can we transfer the sentence using if into unless? Examine the following sentence. So we are going to apply unless on the first sentence. Here, if the weather is nice, we will go for a walk. Unless the weather is nice, we won't go for a walk. So, since unless equals if not, so I have to negate the second part of the sentence also. Move to the next sentence. If you don't apologize, she will never trust you again. Pay attention that we do have negative here. So I have to remove the negative in order to put unless. Unless you apologize, she will never trust you again. So again, the sentence in if conditional first type consists of a condition and a result. So if it is sunny, we will go to the beach tomorrow. If it is sunny, we will go to the beach. If it rains, we won't go to the beach. We will go to the movies. Have you noticed the difference? Here, I am talking about the future possibility, which depends on the present condition. We can also reverse the order of the condition and result in the sentence with no change in the meaning. So here I can say that we'll go to the beach if it's sunny tomorrow. And I also can say that we'll go to the movies if it rains tomorrow. Okay, this is all about the first and the zero conditionals. Thank you for listening.